Okay, so in this assignment, we're going to do letters in 1 point perspective. You're going to format your paper the same way with a horizon across the middle and a vanishing point in the middle. So with letters, they're essentially cubes stacked on top of each other. So kind of think as if you were building with Minecraft blocks to form a letter. So how you're going to start is with the front surface of the letter. So whatever letter you want to use, I'm going to use an L. If you guys want to do L's, that's fine. So I'm going to draw an L using all straight lines. That's really important, okay? Then from each corner, I'm going to vanish the line to the vanishing point. So I'm going to find the point and vanish it, lining it up exactly with the vanishing point. That's really important whenever you start doing, it's important all the time, but it's really important whenever you start doing different kinds of shapes because there's multiple vanishing lines coming from one shape. So your errors really start to show up if you are being sloppy with your lines vanishing. Once you vanish all of your lines, the tricky part comes in to making sure that these are parallel to the front lines. So these are parallel. The back edge is parallel to the front edge. So notice how then I can see the shape in 3D. So I'm going to move that L over here to the other side of the vanishing point. That's going to change the way the L looks. So if you've been following along drawing that L and you didn't position it exactly where I positioned mine, your L might look slightly different. And if you followed the directions correctly, then using the vanishing point, then you've done it right. So as I use the vanishing point this time, I'm going to get a very different looking L. But it's going to be a believable looking L because it's going to appear as if the L is over to our right side. Oops, so definitely need to correct any mistakes that you make like that because they become very obvious. So again, parallel to the front edge, and parallel to the front edge. So notice how this surface right here has changed from this surface right here. The look of it has changed because the L has moved. So now we're going to take that L and we're going to move it up to the top of the paper. So if we took that letter L and it was now floating in the air in front of us, say on a billboard or up high somehow, you start the same way with the block letter L. And again, now we're going to vanish downwards because the L is up in the air. So it's going to look nothing like the ones we've done thus far, but you still follow the same rules. Notice you cannot see that top of the L right here like you could down below. Now you can see the underside of the L, which you couldn't see that on the two L's below. Now we'll take that L and we'll move it over here. That's going to change the way it looks again. So in every different spot that you draw, it's going to change the way that it looks slightly. That's what makes it believable whenever you follow the rules of perspective. That's how you make things look more believable. Again, the more you draw, it's easy to become more careless like that. So take your time, erase your mistakes. As you get better, you can start to try to freehand things. And you can kind of get an eye for the angle and the direction of your lines. the better you get. But even as much as I've done this, I still find myself using a ruler, just to double check if something looks funny. It's usually because it doesn't vanish correctly.